Hi, this is Teresa Wagger with BeginYourWebsite.com, and today we're learning how to use Gravity Forms notification feature. And this is one of my favorite parts about Gravity Forms plugin for WordPress. It is fantastic because it allows you, it used to be when we were using PHP forms that you would send an email form, you fill out a form, send an email, and if it got lost, it got lost. The nice thing about Gravity Forms is they save everything in your database. So if you send a form as an email notification, you also get a copy on your WordPress in the back end. So I want to show you how you can get to that in the case that, things get lost occasionally. It's very frustrating, but that's the life of the world of the internet. Okay, so let's go to our form. You've already logged in. You've already gone so you're into your dashboard of your WordPress blog or website. Now, first thing you want to do is go down here on the left-hand navigation. There you see the word Forms, and if you hover over that, it'll pop out, and you can go to the Entries and click on Entries. This is where all the notification goes. You want the entries of the notifications, obviously. Okay, so you can see here that we have a long list of options. Now, if you click here, over here to the right where it says Switch Forms, you can see in my case here I only have one form, but if you had more than one, you could switch between them. But I want to make sure I'm on this Request Info form, and that's the name you called the form on when you set it up in Gravity Forms. Okay? And as you may be aware, you can have the same form on multiple pages and still feed into the same place. Now, as you can see here, here's a list of all the information that's been received from the form. And some of these could be blank if they were not required. So you have name, we have email, phone. These are the things that were on our specific form that we set up. But I also added source URL. It's really nice to know if you have a form that's on multiple pages on what is the page that pulled it in that people actually responded to. So this tells us, testimonies page or the contact page, whatever. If you click on this, it'll actually go to the individual page. Okay, so let's click on get some more details. So if you hover over the name, you'll see View. I'm going to click on View. And it's going to come up with the details. So if you look here on the left-hand side in the kind of light blue and white, that gives you all the fields that were filled in from the form, and it looks just like you would have received in an email, which makes it kind of familiar. And then on the right-hand side here under Info, you find the date and time it was submitted. And this is really useful information. It's about as accurate as we can get. And it's kind of nice if you want to drill down to the details. It also helps you know that if something happened, you had a power outage, or for whatever reason you weren't able to get email, this tells you when it was submitted and you should have had the email from it. And again, here's that URL that shows where, what page on your website the form was submitted on. In addition, down here on the right-hand side, you have something called Notes. So I can add a note here saying, I've read this and responded. Teresa. Okay. And you can also email that note to whoever, that email there is the email that I received it from. So I could send them a note back in response if you wanted to right here. If you didn't even have access to email, and you could do it right here. But I just want to add that note, so I have that, and you can see as it adds it. There you go. It says I did it as it's my webmaster, and it tells me what I wrote. Now this is great too if you're using forms for things like registration. So you could put notes in there about whether you've checked them off, whether they arrived, whether they didn't come, etc. You can put any kind of that information in that you'd like. You can also print the individual entries as well. Now, one of the other things I really like that's useful here, in the upper right-hand corner, you can see where it says entry 1 of 5. So let's say I wanted to scroll through all my entries that I haven't read yet. I can go to the next one. And there we go. There is our next entry that was put in here. Okay, there we go. That's it. It's pretty quick and easy. We love how wonderful and simple that Gravity Forms makes things for us so we have all of our information in one place, even if we don't get the email. Okay, so let's go back here. This is Teresa Wagner today with how to use Gravity Forms notification feature. Hope it was helpful. Have a wonderful day.